What's going on, everybody? Coach Chris Beck, the wise guy, right here on YouTube. And I thought I'd go live and see if anybody wants to chat today about shipping plans. I don't generally do the shipping plans because in this video, I am doing a shipping plan for my wife. She's out busy right now, and I want to get this inventory in today. We have about 400 products. I just recently posted a picture of those products in the Facebook group. So if you're curious of what I'm shipping, go check it out there. Coach Chris Beck's Amazon Selling Hustle on Facebook. But while I do this shipping plan, we'll talk. And if you have any questions, what's going on, Verena? Good to see you on here. I'm just doing a shipping plan, putting some products in bags, boxing some stuff up. I posted a picture in the Facebook group just of some of the stuff that we're doing. But we'll talk about the generic stuff on doing the shipping. I just wanted to kind of go live and chat with you guys while I was doing shipping plans. So right now I have a bunch of stickers. I got 400 stickers I got to put on products. So you will see me in and out of the frame here. And I'm never home during the day. Ton of products. Yeah, about 400 things. We do our sourcing. We try to do our sourcing just one day a week. Funny thing is, most of this stuff, 90% of this stuff is from one store. We managed to spend $1,000 at a store, and then we asked for a discount, and we were able to get a 10% discount. So keep that in mind. If you're spending a lot of money at a store, why not ask for a discount? A volume discount. Worst thing they can say is no. But they said yes, gave us 10% off. And then in addition to that, obviously we paid PST and GST, so we'll get our GST back. So we're saving about 15% on this stuff. So that's $150 right there in profit. So I have 400 stickers to put on to the different products. And so I'm curious what's up with everybody else. Are you guys growing your inventory? Are you expanding? In this shipment, it looks like we were able to grow by about 10, not many, about 10, maybe 10, 15 new products. Couple new categories. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm counting the different ones. 5. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Maybe between 12 and 15 new products out of, I think we have 43 different products for a total of 400 products here. So quite the selection. So when you're doing a shipping plan, I mean, there's ways you can do it. You can stick your stuff and prep your stuff throughout the week. Some people like to just print their stickers off because you can go on Amazon Seller Central and you can obviously just go by SKU and print off however many stickers you need by unit and just kind of sticker them that way. Personally, I like to do it through the shipping plan at the point of shipping, doing the shipping plan. That's when I prefer to do the stickers. But I don't really, like I said, I don't really do it myself anymore. My wife does this part as far as doing the shipping plans for retail arbitrage for us. So she does all of that. And so I generally just follow her lead. Verena says she sent 2 shipments out this week. Nice. Awesome. And we'll be preparing 2 more this weekend. That's awesome. And Verena's a new seller. I think you're pretty new, right, Verena? You haven't, I can't remember if you had an account before. I know you did eBay or do eBay. How are you finding access to new products? When you're scanning, I know you're seeing a lot of restrictions, but are you able to find decent amount of inventory for yourself? Have you found, even though you might be restricted in toys, have you found other toys, scanned anyway, and found toys that you're eligible to sell in? Make sure when you're doing your stickers that you put the correct sticker on the correct product. I had a couple of bad reviews this week because we put the wrong sticker on the wrong product. So people were getting, they were ordering something and getting something completely different. So bad seller reviews were left on my seller review account. I couldn't remove them. I tried, couldn't remove them. Says it wasn't eligible to remove. I even went further to try to give a reason why I thought they should be removed, and they still weren't removed. So, our bad. It really is a seller error. So, just so you know, those are not removable. If you make a mistake, be prepared to take a seller review hit. If you guys don't know how to remove your seller reviews, join me later on tonight. I'll just do a quick video on how to remove seller reviews. Wonder if I can do that today. I don't know if I have any that are eligible to be removed, but I don't know. We'll check anyway. I'll show you the basics. It really takes about 5 minutes. It takes 30 seconds to do it. It doesn't take long at all, but to teach it takes maybe 5 minutes. Brenda says, it's so-so, but I did find some toys, yes, and some kitchen products, yes. Also scanned a lot of items at home that I had before. Awesome. Doing a home arbitrage is something that I recommend when you are starting out, because it's a great way to get inventory to Amazon for free, is to scan books and unopened products, video games, movies. You can sell used movies on Amazon, of course. You can sell used video games. So scan your video games, your books, DVDs, Blu-ray, you name it. I call it a home arbitrage in my course, and I give demonstrations on that. But that's just a great way to fill a box and send inventory off right away. I think my very first one turned out to be I had about 500-600 books in my personal library that we scanned, and at least 450 that, I hadn't read in years. What am I going to do with them, really? I read them once, decided never going to read them again, but they just really sat there. So what am I going to do with them? So whatever I got back for them, I was either going to donate them, which would be a good cause, or I was just going to toss some, or they were just going to sit there. So by doing a home arbitrage, some of the books I was able to get $1 back or $2 back after all fees and everything like that. So keep that in mind when you're starting out. It's a great way to get inventory to Amazon, and then to start practicing is to scan stuff that you have at home. We have so much unopened stuff that we bought for kids' parties and stuff like that. Old toys we never gave away. We sent a lot. We send stuff in that we bought for $10 back in the day that are now selling on Amazon for $30. And that's happened a lot for us as well. So Verena says, I did have a seller's account and tried it out last year, but getting back in for good this time. Awesome. Good move. Here's a topic, and I don't know if I haven't spent a ton of time looking into it, but I will. Is the timing good to sell on Amazon right now? Is the timing good to sell on Amazon with everything that's happening in China, and in the world right now with COVID and then protests? Is the timing good? And it's kind of there's two answers to that. There's kind of a personal answer to that, and then there's an actual, more of a business specific answer to, is selling on Amazon a good option right now for new sellers. And I would say there's pros and cons to starting right now. You certainly have to take into consideration like where you are on the planet. You know, if I lived in Seattle right now, it'd be the hardest thing to do to start an Amazon business and get out to these stores that are just being looted and destroyed. And politically, I'm not the go-to guy to say, what they're doing is right, but I don't think looting small businesses is a right move. I think that's a terrible move. Obviously, that will get cleaned up, and but then businesses right now, they're struggling, right? Brick and mortar businesses are struggling, so that's a challenge too. So, you have to think about those challenges and decide: is this, is the timing right? Can I start this business and source inventory? Because it is an inventory business. Selling on Amazon, it really is about the inventory. So you have to think about where you can get your inventory. Can you get it online? We're going to talk a little bit about selling online, I think, this week, and how to source inventory online for people who want to sell on Amazon. They maybe don't want to go out to the malls or to the big box outlets or whatever. Obviously that stuff there's protests in Canada and Vancouver here. There's protests everywhere. I haven't had any issues going to stores at all. I haven't run into a protest at all. I even went downtown Vancouver and didn't run into anything at all. So I think a lot of those events are planned. So I've been able to source inventory. Like I said, I have about 400 units this week. Last week we were upwards at 800 units of inventory. So it was a really successful sourcing week last week, and it's successful for us this week too. 400 units of really good selling units. The units that I have are very profitable. It's upwards $20 to $50 profit. In some cases, we have some units that we sourced. Cost of goods was $25, $27 after tax. That are reselling for $100 on Amazon minimum. I could probably sell them for $150. I just have to get my inventory there and then see what we can do as far as advertising on them and demand. But I think my price range is anywhere from $15 resale value to $150 resale value on this shipment. So really good shipment. And this is all inventory from last week. So if you're going to do retail arbitrage and you want to start selling on Amazon, I think it's a good time to start, because there is a lot of inventory out there. You just have to grind in the beginning, and you have to source and send in the categories that you can and start proving that you are a pro seller, and that you're about to do some serious volume. All right, so here are all my stickers. Woo! I use for shipping plans, we simply use the 30 label mailing list style labels. Nothing fancy. Some sellers have the machines that spit out their labels and all that type of stuff. When you're doing volume books, obviously you're probably going to want those. These do the trick for us and have for years and years and years. They've been reliable. My only concern back in the day was, would my stickers fade? This is LaserJet stickers. Would these fade or not? No issues so far. All right. So ask me some questions if you have some questions about shipping plans. My book inventory this week, absolutely pitiful. Here's my book inventory. That's it. It's all the books I'm sending in. So the rest is pure categories. We got toys, personal health, costumes, games, glassware, pet, and kind of like houseware. We got house laundry stuff. That's about it. That's about the scope of most. Oh, and we have some I guess home improvement / electronic, kind of. All right. Brina says, not to be discouraged if in the beginning it's hard to find items. Yeah. Don't be discouraged if it's hard to find items. Just find support. It's always, Verena is one of the best at asking questions. That's for sure. You have to ask questions. You have to kind of get support. You have to get some ideas, about where you can get inventory, what you should send in. That's really, really important as far as sending inventory in. And really, you just got to milk those categories. I mean, there's a lot of categories people can sell in. Don't get confused or the wrong idea. There are a lot of products that people can send in that are not gated, that are not restricted. Loving It says, what bookkeeping software do you recommend for Canadian Amazon sellers? The bookkeeping software I use is called Fetcher. I've been using Fetcher for about 4 years now. Really, honestly, since about day one. Fetcher pretty much allows me, obviously it's got its API, so it connects to Amazon and allows me to put in my cost of goods, change, update cost of goods if it changes by date. On the date I purchased new inventory, it gives me a full summary report by day, month, year to my email. It's really good. It also is very useful during tax season to have those reports and print them out if you do your own taxes or if you have an accountant. So Fetcher is the one I use, and Fetcher, and like most people know, I'm a Jungle Scout. I started with Jungle Scout products, and I kind of went into a lot of their products and found I liked a lot of their products. I haven't tested many other products because once I find a product that I like, that's useful, that works, and the price, and it's priced right. I think it's $20 a month for Fetcher. So I just stuck with it and have stuck with it ever since. And it does everything I need it to do. I love the profitability emails in the morning. Love that. I love the fact that it will show me the refunds that were processed. What else do I like about it? What is it called? The S&L statements, cost of goods statements. It also has an entire section that is specific to your advertising. So if you want to see by product or by day or week or month your PPC spend, it will break that down by bar graph, by line graph, just showing you your spend, how much you spent on advertising per day, and it's a scroll style. So much like a tracker, it'll show you. Fetcher will show you that stuff as well. So great product called Fetcher, Fetcher. Okay, now we're gonna have to sticker some stuff here. I'm gonna pop it in those screens so that I can get some stickers on here. Should get this done before my wife gets home, so she's proud of me. It was our anniversary yesterday, 20 solid years of marriage. And I posted this. I said the secret to long marriage is not to count. What did I say? Secret to long marriage is not to keep track. We don't keep track. We've forgotten about more anniversaries than we've remembered. The only time we remember most of the time is when we want to go out for dinner or do something. Hey, let's celebrate. Let's go to the keg. So that was what we did yesterday. But yeah, our whole thing was, look, if we're going to get married, it's going to be for the rest of our lives, you know, and that was my whole thing before I ever got married. It was going to be, I'm going to find a person I want to stay with for my entire life. So that's why we don't count. That's kind of our secret. It's funny that a lot of people actually said they forget theirs as well. Ours is just intentional. We just don't remember, or we just don't, we're not like teenagers anymore. Even when we were teenagers, we weren't like, oh, it's our third week or our fourth week or our second month and stuff like that. Not that if you guys do, that's your thing. We just don't. So that's what we attribute our success to. All right. Okay. I'm just looking at my products and my stickers. So all my shipping plans are created. I basically have to sticker up the units now, and then box all this inventory up, and then print off the shipping labels for them. Of the 400 units, I think it's going to 2 locations, and I think 36 units are going to one place, and the rest is going to another place. I didn't even look at the city, to be honest. Loving It says, what booking call you at? And then he says, does the program work for Amazon in the US? Yes, it does. It works for Amazon in the US, and it works for Amazon in Canada. Thank you for the congratulations. Appreciate it. Okay, I'm gonna move my laptop, carry you guys with me. Sit on my trusted yellow chair. Oh yeah, my kids' chair, my kids' table. I'm watching the Family Feud. This is probably the first time in like I don't know, couple months I've been home early all week, chilling at home. Usually I'm in the office, so it's kind of cool. And I don't watch TV. I'll watch like Netflix on my phone or something like that. Okay, costume stuff. Got stickers for costume stuff. 1, 2, 3 on that page. Costume. All right, costume. There we go. Farina asked if I have a full-time job. I do. I'm an executive in a sporting goods company. So I'm pretty much upper management in a sporting goods company and have been for 20 years. So that's never changed. I always tell that story is, look, I work 9 to 5 doing what I do there. I love that job. I've stayed with that job because I love doing what I do. I've been doing it for so long. I have such a large staff that rely on me, and you know, it's like I equate to, it's almost like a gang. Like I just can't get out. I just love it that much. I've been so bizarre, but I've been there so long. I work my 9 to 5, and when I come home, I work 6 to 2 in the morning most times, and then I get back up for usually like. The great thing is I have crazy flexibility within my job, and I could leave at any time I want. We're at that point in our Amazon business, but I just don't want to, because I enjoy what I do, and I enjoy getting out of the house and doing other things than just sourcing stuff. I like to be busy, and I work in the fitness industry, so we help a lot of people. I have a tremendous amount of clients, from the hotel industry to the fitness industry to the club industry. You name it. So it's just another passion of mine. Yeah, I work 9 to 5. So you managed to work 9 to 5. Oh, that's the easy stuff. Working 9 to 5 and then managing an Amazon company, like our own company, that's easy. That really honestly is easy. The harder stuff is is we have 4 kids that all still live at home. Marriage, we're married. Doing things like YouTube, coaching. I coach full time as well. So I coach senior girls high school, and we are ranked. I'm a head coach, and we are a ranked top 10 team in BC. So that's a full time job in itself. Now that's obviously been vacated, right? Or not vacated, but on hold until we figure out what's going on with COVID. And then I coach with my son. We coach elite youth kids under the age of 10. So we have a program that we work with that we coach kids. So my time is divvied up in every aspect. That's just most of it. Amazon's easy. My Amazon private label, all my products are pretty much automated. Whenever I want to launch stuff, that's where it gets a little bit hard for me. Because if I want to do a 6 or 12 product launch or just a basic 3 product launch, then I have to dive in and spend time really figuring out what products I want to launch, source them. So for me, it takes about 3 weeks to get those products launched. Once launched, it takes another about 3 weeks to optimize them. So it's like a 6 weeks of like pure, okay, I can't do this, I can't do that, I can't do this. In the office, slightly less, in my 9 to 5, slightly less, so I can get that done. But then once that's done, that business is, those products are optimized, they're good to go. And it's just managing it is like an hour a year, literally an hour a year. I think on my current stock of private label products, I spend maybe 5 minutes a month doing customer service. Most of the products are so optimized that customers just seem to get all the answers from the way I've supported those products. Everything is automated. Filling inventory is just a quick email, 30 seconds out, 30 seconds in, dump on PayPal, make a payment, drop 30%, product done, let's pay the rest. It's so easy to do. Retail arbitrage is where it gets time consuming. So for me, is like I'll spend two four hour trips, usually with my wife. We'll hit up stores that we want to hit up. Sometimes more, sometimes we'll add in another 4 hour bunk. So sometimes we'll do 12 hours in a week of out in stores doing retail arbitrage. And we average, like I said, between 400 and 800 products shipped every week to our stores. So, and that's it. That's really about it as far as retail arbitrage. The prep takes time. For me, I could do prep probably faster than my wife. I will brag and say that I can do prep probably faster than my wife. If I started at 2, I could probably get $500 products prepped in about prepped, boxed, labeled, and ready for pickup in about 3 hours. That's probably how long it takes me. From the point of adding them all to my inventory, printing all stickers, removing all old stickers, cleaning up the products, making sure they're ready to go. I could probably do about, so what would that equal? What's 3 hours, 500 products? So it's about 150 products an hour, 175 products an hour is roughly what it is. So if there's 700 products to do, probably need about 4 hours. That was a ramble. Loving It says, what business model do you prefer, arbitrage or private label? 100% private label. In the beginning, I was solely doing retail arbitrage just to help people on my YouTube channel, inspire people that they could start with, if they did home arbitrage, they could start with no money, just the cost of starting their Amazon business. A couple minor costs, like $100 probably, and then just really I did it out of content. What do I put on my home channel? I did a lot of private label product stuff on my YouTube channel. And I thought people started gravitating towards the retail arbitrage products that I was putting on the channel. So I solely did it for that. I didn't do it because I loved it. I love private label. I love my own brand. I am a brand guy. I actually did a few videos, maybe 4 or 5 videos about brand, explaining how much I love branding. It's so fun. I have a passion for it. And I explain people how when I private label products, I'm actually building brands. I'm actually building a massive line of brands similar to Nike. It's not my goal to be Nike, but if it went there, I would have no problems with that at all. But I just love branding products and I love the whole creative behind that. And I love the challenge of, ranking a product and building up a product so that it actually becomes, a product that sells tens of thousands of units every year. Whereas with retail arbitrage, you're selling other brands. So it's not as exciting. My kids like this more, retail arbitrage, because we do a ton of toys. So the amount of toys that we do, my kids always, especially my daughter, she's always, can I have this one? Can I have one of those? And oh, can I have one of those? So it tugs at the heartstrings because she pretty much wants to own everything that we sell. But now they know, like, oh no, that's for the business. So she now knows it's for the business, so she doesn't bother anymore. Now she really just wants to help. She actually wants to help do this stuff. So it's kind of cool. I'm sure they'll grow up thinking maybe this is something they might want to do. Farina says, how long did it take you to get your first brand ready for Amazon? It took 3 weeks to find the product and a week to 3 weeks to find and source the product, a week for it to arrive at Amazon. So I'd say roughly about 4 weeks for my very first product to arrive at Amazon. And to this day, it's my #1 product. We do upwards 900 units a month of that product, which answers kind of loving its question, what do I love more? I love a product that does 900 units of sales a month for me. I don't have a retail arbitrage that gets even close to. I have one that gets to about 500. That's retail arbitrage, and we have thousands of retail arbitrage products. So, but most of my private label products, they do quite a decent amount of volume. And so the brands, and then we've hit lots of different brands: sporting goods, automotive, pet. We've hit a lot of different categories. Excuse me. And yeah, explaining in that branding video is it's really just it's a little bit of it's a lot to do with the product. The product has to fit in specific categories, as in it's either got to help somebody or it's got to be trending. It's got to have a long life cycle, all those types of things. It's got to be a solution. And then when you find those products, think of Dry Fit. You think of all these different products that just, like think of Lululemon. What made Lululemon so special? Personally, I don't know what made Lululemon so special. There's something about that product that everyone, men and women, gravitate towards, right? Well, then they branded it and they ran with that product niche. So I like that challenge. That challenge is right up my alley. I've always same stuff. I pretty much wear NBA, Nike clothes all the time, and basketball clothes all the time. But I just find interest in different logos and brands, and they appeal to me. I'm a very visual type guy, so private label, yes, kills it all day. I could do. The funny thing is, I could do private label. I could do product research videos all day long on my YouTube channel, but no one watches them. I think people are just so scared to take that risk and that capital investment that nobody actually jumps on it. And I always tell people, jump on the course, $300, learn how to do it, follow the process, and then email me, Chris, what do I do next? What do I do next? How do I do this? Is this the right product? Because it obviously has to be the right product to make sure that you guys can get up to. Think about 900 units a month times $25. How much does that equal? Well, that's just under $25,000 a month in sales for 900 when I hit a 900 mark. I only usually hit 900 in sales 1 or 2 months of the year. On average, my top selling product averages roughly around 550 units, which is still pretty good. That's still $13,000 in sales every month of my #1 product. And we have a pretty large selection of private label products. So we're doing well. We're building a legacy. All right, back to the shipping plan that I said would take 3 hours. We got to get these stickers on here. Okay, I will be right back. I got to grab some products here. Okay, give me a sec. All right. Okay, let's follow here. I'm over by my product now so I can see you guys. So I'll look every so often at the chat. Once you guys ask a question, I will give my 2 cents. Smash that like button. Let me know you're on here. Smash that like button. Let's get 50 likes on this video. All right. Make sure when you're doing your stickers that you cover the barcodes on the products when you're putting your stickers on there. If you don't cover it with your FNSKU, which is the Amazon sticker barcode, then use like a blank piece of somewhere else on the product. You can do that. You just have to cover up the old barcode and make sure that you do that. I don't like to cover up any important information that are on these brands, like, you know, disclaimers or the made in China or anything like that. I want to make sure that I just put it in a blank spot. I'm watching Family Feud. Not really. Actually. Okay, so that's all those. Sword. Some tips on where you can find hashtags. Follow hashtags like retail arbitrage and retail arbitrage tips, and it's a great offer retail arbitrage hashtag on Instagram. So I get a decent amount of store ideas. I get a decent amount of product ideas from that from Instagram, more so than anywhere else. Don't really get any ideas off of like Facebook or, you know, I'll go on, you know, and this is something I'm going to talk about when I actually go live on online arbitrage. The plan is to go live probably for the next 7 days, maybe 5 to 7 days. We'll talk our online arbitrage. For Verena, she wants as much information on online arbitrage as possible. So I'm going to really dive deep into online arbitrage, and I'm going to do some online sourcing for you guys. I've been writing down topics, so I just wanted to build that up before I commit to it, and that's why it's taken me a few days. So make sure if you're not subscribed yet, subscribe, because this will help you if you live remote or you don't live by. Put on there. If you don't live by stores, as close to stores, you know, as many stores as us guys who live right in the middle of the city, then this will help you creatively how to source inventory. Because online arbitrage, let's face it, it's slower if you're just trying to figure out, if you're just like literally doing your scanning online. You have to have some structure to how to approach it, some ideas. So those are things I'm going to talk about in the next 5 to 7 days. Kind of every day we'll do a little bit. And maybe what I'll do is I'll end up sourcing all my inventory next week online. Okay. Next one. I'm missing a sticker. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There's 10. Did I put 9? Okay. Make sure I put the right sticker on here. Oh, messed up. Do you sell in Canada only? I love that question. I get that question all the time. And I love answering that one. So retail arbitrage, yeah, I have no interest in doing this in the US. You know, it's just because it is time consuming and you do need to source inventory. So I don't do it in the US, although a lot of people do successfully ship their inventory to US using shipping companies and sourcing, fulfillment by Amazon. What is it called? Shipping services like Chit Chat or whatever the case may be. I don't do it. I only do my private label products in both US and Canada because it's easy for me to get my inventory from China to Texas or wherever the fulfillment centers that my inventory needs to go to. But retail arbitrage never did. Although we talked about once the borders open up, going down to Seattle or Washington or Renton, or I don't know, not Renton, but probably like Tulalip or something, staying in a hotel, sourcing some inventory and sending it in from there. We'll see, but we're thinking about doing that as part of some content for the channel. Yeah, so we'll give that a shot. It's not hard to do though. If you're looking to send your inventory in, pretty much throw your banking information open up your .com on your Amazon site, just turn it on. You'll need to add in some banking information, and you'll need to upload some inventory on there. You will need to adjust the taxes, obviously by state and all that type of stuff. So there's a little detail that you have to add when you're doing each and every product for your particular listings. All right. So I have a little mess up here. I put stickers on the wrong product. See if I can take the stickers off and have to redo those, of course. Okay. I screwed that up. Okay, already one mess up. So that's going to take a few minutes to fix. With a trusted blow dryer, we use a blow dryer to remove stickers. And yeah, we use GOO GONE as well. I can't believe I messed that up. That one was a confusing one. Okay. Any more questions? Nope, nothing yet. So she tells me, she says, hey, I ain't never dated anybody shorter in my life, and I'm not going to start dating anybody shorter. I was like, okay. And then I pushed on, and then once I come with that, we just kind of get it off after that. All right. Check this one out. Ah, Spider-Man. Iron Spider-Man. Funko Pops. I posted a Funko. I'm going to post this Funko in my YouTube channel. I scanned maybe 20 different Funkos and found a few that were pretty profitable. All right, let's see. Loving It says, how much budget does one need for private label to start? It depends. It really honestly depends. I will say this, don't start private label if you can't afford it. You know, in the sense that you don't want to get into low cost products, you need a decent amount of experience. Meaning, like, if you're trying to source things that only cost $1 or less and resell them for $15 to $25, you're going to need some experience. Okay. Because there's an advantage of having experience and then getting into those categories, because you'll discover products that other sellers won't discover the traditional way. I discover a lot of my products through my retail arbitrage products. So a lot of these things that convert, I'll check if I can create that brand, if it's patented or not. And if it's not patented, then I'll look to source my own version of that product and run it under my own brand. And a lot of times with those products end up being low cost products, so cheap. So to give an example, like I just did a product recently. It's a retail arbitrage product. I created and turned it into a private label product. And instead of just selling singles, I bundled it, and now we sell 4 of this product instead of just 1. I can get the product for 40 cents each, which turns it into, because I'm selling 4, that's $1.60 US for a bundle of 4. So it's actually 2 packages, because each package has 2. But that $1.60 plus minimal shipping, because it's super light. In fact, I shipped it via water, just refilled my inventory and the shipping was like, for 500 units, it was like about $150 over, I think it was $150, maybe $200 for shipping, freighter. And we resell that product for $25. So it depends, it really depends. That's a good question. Such a good question, because I don't want to steer in the wrong direction. But if you have the capital to start, I'd probably at least have $3,000. If you have $3,000, then you can probably find 3 products and the right amount of inventory whereby one of those products will do well. Maybe all 3 will. But I always teach launch 3 at a time. Don't just launch 1 product, launch 3, because your success rate will go up. 3 products, let's say 200 units of each, that's 600 units. Let's say each costs $3. So 600 times 3, that's $1,800 US. Convert that 30% right now. So that's another 500 on, so 2,300 Canadian for the product. Shipping might be 200 units, so 2,900 Canadian for the shipping. I'm just saying 200. It won't be 200 per unit per shipment. Probably 100. So actually be 2,600, and then a few extra dollars in your account as far as being able to do things like once your product arrives, or maybe before that product arrives, maybe you want to do something. There's things that you can do to turn your product, from a $20 product or a $15 product into a $25 product. Things like redo the owner's manual, redo the packaging, create Facebook and Instagram pages and a YouTube page. Like, there's a lot of things you can do to brand enhance your product. But once you do those things, it's so profitable. Very, very, very profitable. So $3,000 is what I would probably say to do a 3-product launch at $3 a product, US, converted to Canadian, about $3,000. I started with my very first product. I ended up buying 1,000 units. I don't recommend people buy 1,000 units. But I just got excited. I was like, all feet in. Let me jump in and let's get this done. I bought 1,000 units at $4 US. It was actually not even $4 US. It was $3 and about 25 cents US a unit. So it's 32.50 converted to Canadian. And that product went straight there. So I want to say like that was probably about right now. So it's like about 4,500 Canadian. And my product was live. That was it. Everything else I did for free. I did social media sites for it for free. I did edits, all the edits and hard work, optimizing listing. That was just me doing what I learned, and product ramped up really quick. And then I started paying for PPC ads, and just played around with it. And that's where some extra costs came in. Learning how to advertise and spending too much and all that stuff. But it was okay because money was rolling in. The product was doing well. So I just wanted to figure out how to enhance it. And now, I've pretty much mastered that. So it is pretty, it says, could you live off Amazon only with private label and retail arbitrage? Could you live off Amazon only with private label and retail arbitrage? Yeah, absolutely. There are people who've gone. I mean, like I said, in my course as well. There's a lot of them that are full time now on Amazon. They're just doing Amazon. And the answer is yeah, absolutely. My retail arbitrage business alone, I can live off that. My private label business, we're 5 times the volume that we do compared to our retail arbitrage business. And I think I said this before. We spend roughly about $75,000 to $100,000 on our retail arbitrage products a year, and that grew. If you go back to my very first video of $100, that grew from $100 to $50,000 just with that very same store. So it grew from $100 of retail arbitrage in that one store to having spent $50,000 at that one store in 1 year. So in a span of 4 years, that's how much it's grown as far as what we invest into retail arbitrage. And yeah, we can live off that inventory. We can live off the inventory that we just have Amazon for months and months and months and months and months and months and months, and not send more inventory in. It just makes no sense not to do that. And that's why I teach grass, grow your inventory. First and foremost, if you want to live off just Amazon, you got to grow your inventory. Okay, it's got to be at a point where you have enough inventory to sustain you for however long you want to, to sustain you. Run your ads, advertise, obviously to make more money than you would generally make to turn that product over. And then source the inventory that's selling. That's what's going to help you make a lot more money. And then scan everything, grow your inventory, scan everything. It'll just help you. And then it'll get to the point where you're putting great products in Amazon, and you're seeing a return on your investment all the time. Every morning you wake up with $200, $300, $400, $500, $1,000, $1,500, $2,000 in sales before you even start your day. And every time you sell $1,000, that's $300 profit. Every time you sell $1,500, that's $500 profit over wherever the case may be, right? So, you serves a purpose, solves a problem, okay, and has a long life cycle. So the 4 S's, right? Stability, serves a purpose, solves a problem, has a long life cycle. Well, that was an hour of hanging out with you guys. I should get back to stickering this stuff. Thank you for hanging out. Join me later on today. I will show you guys how to remove reviews from your seller review account on Amazon. So if you got somebody leaving you bad reviews, I'll quickly show you how you can get that removed later on today. Appreciate it. Thanks for hanging out. Smash that like button and subscribe. Hit that notification bell to win $10 and a consulting session with moi. See you guys.